Hi everybody, it's Robert here. And guess what we're going to do? I came back down to the river and we're going to try to cast that track. With that wireless mic system, they also gave me a headset, right, with a microphone on it. And I thought we will try this today. Yesterday when I was down here again, did you hear my heart? I had the mic sitting there again, and you can hear my heart beating. But anyway, I thought this would be a good thing to try today. We'll do a little test with the headset. But before we get to that, I want to show you something. I picked up my mail, and something was in my mailbox. So we're gonna check this out. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to try to cast that footprint. I had mentioned it in the post when I posted the pictures that I figure it's about a men's size 10. I can't try this until I get batteries in it and all that good stuff and do a little bit of research and the manual, the how-to manual. It shouldn't be that complicated. We got it. Any idea where I should try this first? Okay, so it's here. We got it. Thank you to all the ones that helped get this, right? I really appreciate it, the ones that have donated. Like I started out the channel just with the basics because I wasn't sure how it was going to go and if it was going to go anywhere. I hoped, at one point if I could just reach 200 people. Share with what's going on in this area and around the farm, that would have been wonderful. And it's, we're on our way to 2,000 subscribers. We'll get there, right? All of this really, really helps. And again, I appreciate it. And I appreciate the subscribers that are here because that helps me too. It took a long time. They said anywhere from 8 to 10 days, and I think it was more like 20 to 28 days, but it's here. All right. There's more leaves on the ground, and it's more yellow and orange, and some red. We have a lot of yellows and oranges, not too many reds, but the crazy thing for me, like when I really look at this track, like these, that is a track right there. I'm going to put a shadow there. Could have been like a horse, like a hoof or something, because they're very round-shaped tracks to that little one right there. And looking further on, like there is no other track number 2, right? We get a wolf track there, one kind of in the grass here, and nothing, no other human track. I may cast one of these wolf tracks while we're here. Do you remember that the dark thing that I filmed? It was back up in there, right? And it's gone. Haven't did any whistles or anything yet. Yeah, it's gone. That dark spot, he's not there. Not today. They call for 2 to 1 when you're mixing this plaster. 2 powder to 1 water. But to me, it almost seemed a little bit too runny, so I make mine a little bit thicker. I always take a little bit out in case I have added too much water, right? So I can thicken it up if I need to. It's very interesting when you're mixing this stuff too, because like when you think it's going to be thick enough, and as you keep mixing, it gets a little bit thin. So it's good to have a little bit of extra of the powder to add to it. So yeah, 2 to 1, they call for 2 to 1, 2 powder to 1 water. I say 2.5 to 1, a little bit more powder. Here's Ray. It does help in lifting that back up, right? Hang on a second. We got a little bit of a downhill here too, so I'm going to put a little bit more on the heel here. Okay, guys, there we go. Now we'll just let that sit. It's not a very big track, but only one, right? And like I say, it's been so cold, almost to the point they call for frost, and it was just far too cold for anybody to be walking around in their bare feet. Why only one? It's a mystery. That's why we kind of wanted to grab this one. Okay, let's let that do what it needs to do, and we'll focus on something else here. I should have my little store up probably within, probably a week. And it doesn't cost the YouTube channel, the one who runs that channel, it doesn't really cost you anything. They just take a percentage, you take a percentage, right? On your products, your merch, your merchandise. So okay, well, I guess I didn't have enough for that little wolf track, but that's okay. We got it on video. That's good. Yeah, I'm really hoping that set's good, because it's kind of sitting on a little hill coming off the sandbank here, so I think it will. It's thick enough. Might be a little thick at the ball of the foot, but it should be pretty good. It's nice to have, right? There was one where Sammy and I, when we went to the mud patch, and I was doing the comparison video for that mud patch tree peaker. There was one right there on the patch of mud around the poplar, the white aspen, and then when we went further east of there and south, where the bear tracks were, there was another track back there, and it was almost good enough to cast, but it looked like when the Bigfoot took this step, he kind of slid in, right? So it kind of it just didn't look good enough to pour a cast in there. So, but I mean, I see them often, right? And rarely do you get one like this. And there was one, and then I still haven't been able to get the opportunity to take you guys over there. At Swan Lake itself, on the east side of the lake, there's an area back in there, and there's a place, and I mentioned it in the previous video with the mineral lick. And there's so much wildlife congregate into that one spot, and that's where I seen the two. There was a 19 and 20-inch track, Bigfoot track there, but they were just under the water. They were filled with water, and there was about an inch of water on top, but you could see that track so nice and clear through the water, right? Because it's a mineral water, there's a lot of salt in it, so it was very clear. But anyway, yeah, so that is, I want to go up in there, and I will take, I'll pack some plaster Paris with me in case I come on to another one. And I know they travel back up in there quite often, because there's a lot of structures, and beautiful structures, and a little bit different ones. And I don't know if it's because of the area or the trees. There's a lot of pine and spruce back in there. But we're going to do a couple of whistles and just see if they're still here. When I come in here, I pass 6 hunters just on this little trail coming to where I needed to go. I'm glad they haven't been down here. There's no fresh quad tracks or side-by-side tracks or human tracks, only mine from yesterday, so that's good.
Hello? Say hi.
Sounds like an airplane. I hear you. Of course, my battery's low. Definitely a learning process. So we need to, you need to kind of keep an eye behind me, back in there. I heard walking. It come right up, approached right to my back, right behind me. I don't know if it's still there, but it could be squatting down. Yeah, keep your head on a swivel. If you're out there in the bush, there's movement all around me right now, so if anything happens, I have my cell phone, I can grab it. I'm just gonna let this run until the battery dies. That's where I've been hearing some stuff right there. We'll just let it fill them there for a while I do a little bit of work here. The plaster's almost set. I say maybe another 10 minutes, so I may walk up and go get my cell phone camera this way for a bit. Watch in there.